What if for one entire week you never had to ask the question, what's for dinner? What if every meal was not only planned, but was also delicious, incredibly healthy, and came together in 30 minutes or less using ingredients you already have?
It sounds like a fantasy, but it's entirely possible. It's the result of a simple, powerful framework that a few hours on a Sunday can provide for your entire week. It's not about being a chef, it's about being strategic.
Welcome back to the Healthy Food to Eat podcast. If our last episode was the why, consider this your masterclass in the how. We heard you. You want a plan. Today, we are providing a complete practical blueprint. We're going to walk you through building a Mediterranean pantry, mastering simple meal prep, and then we'll guide you through a sample 7-day meal plan complete with ideas for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks.
And to be clear, this isn't a rigid must-follow-to-the-letter plan. Think of it as a template, a set of training wheels to get you started. We're going to teach you the principles behind the plan so that by the end of this episode, you'll feel confident enough to create your own delicious Mediterranean weeks. Let's get cooking.
Okay, before we even talk about day one, let's talk about the mindset. The key to making this lifestyle work, especially in a busy modern life, is a little bit of planning. It's not glamorous, but it is a game changer.
It's the absolute foundation, and it revolves around a few core principles. The first and most important is batch cooking. This is the idea of cooking a core ingredient in a large quantity to use throughout the week.
What are some good examples of things to batch cook?
Grains are number one. On a Sunday, cook a big pot of quinoa, farro, or brown rice. Store it in the fridge, and you have the base for lunches and dinners for days. The same goes for legumes. If you're using dried beans, cook up a big batch. You can also roast a huge tray of vegetables. Think bell peppers, zucchini, onions, broccoli. Toss them in olive oil and herbs, roast until tender, and you have an instant flavorful side dish or addition to any meal.
That already sounds like a lifesaver. What's the next principle?
It's a cousin of batch cooking. Cook once, eat twice. This is especially for your proteins. If you're roasting a chicken for dinner, roast 2. If you're grilling salmon fillets, grill 4 instead of 2. The leftovers aren't just leftovers, they are ingredients for tomorrow's lunch. Shredded chicken goes into a salad. Flaked salmon becomes a delicious wrap. This single habit slashes your cooking time during the week.
It's about being strategic. Okay, what's the final principle?
Embrace flavor stacking. The Mediterranean diet isn't bland, it's vibrant, and that flavor comes from simple, healthy sources. So a key part of your plan is having these flavor stackers on hand. We're talking fresh herbs like parsley and dill, a good supply of garlic and onions, plenty of lemons for fresh juice and zest, and a few key spices like oregano and smoked paprika. These are what turns simple ingredients into a truly satisfying meal.
All right, those principles are great, but to put them into practice, you need the right supplies. Let's walk our listeners through stocking their kitchen. Let's build a starter shopping list.
Perfect. This is about creating a pantry that does the work for you. Let's break it down by category. First, fats and oils. The non-negotiable star is a high-quality extra virgin olive oil for dressings and finishing. A regular olive oil is fine for general cooking. Also, grab a good red wine vinegar. Second, canned and jarred goods. This is your secret weapon for fast meals. Canned tomatoes, diced, crushed, and whole. Canned legumes, chickpeas, cannellini beans, lentils, canned fish, tuna packed in olive oil, and especially sardines and mackerel, which are omega-3 powerhouses. Also, olives and capers for a punch of salty flavor.
The can of fish is such a great, affordable tip. What's next?
Grains and legumes, at least 1 or 2 whole grains, quinoa, brown rice, farro, or whole wheat couscous, at least 1 dried legume. Red lentils are fantastic because they cook so quickly. And don't forget whole wheat pasta. Next, the flavor aisle. Garlic and onions are a must. Dried herbs like oregano, thyme, and rosemary. Spices like smoked paprika, cumin, and red pepper flakes.
And what about the freezer?
The freezer is your friend. Stock it with frozen berries for smoothies and oatmeal, frozen green vegetables like spinach and peas, and even individually portioned frozen fish fillets. They are often more affordable and just as high quality as fresh. With a pantry like this, you are never more than 15 minutes away from a healthy, delicious meal.
Okay, the pantries is stocked, the strategy is clear. It's time to walk through the week. Let's start with what you do before the week even begins. Weekend prep.
This is the 1 to 2 hours on a Sunday that buys you back 5 to 10 hours during the week. Here's a sample prep list. Cook a grain. Make a big pot of quinoa. Wash and chop veggies. Wash your lettuce. Chop carrots and celery for snacks. Dice an onion. Roast a tray of veggies. Bell peppers, zucchini, red onion. Make a dressing. Simple vinaigrette. Olive oil, red wine vinegar, a little Dijon mustard, salt, and pepper. Store it in a jar. Portion out nuts. Create little snack bags of almonds or walnuts.
Fantastic. Now let's dive into Monday. How do we start?
Monday breakfast, simple and fast. Greek yogurt bowl. A scoop of plain Greek yogurt, a handful of berries from the freezer, a sprinkle of walnuts, and a drizzle of honey. It's protein, fiber, and healthy fats in 2 minutes. Monday lunch, supercharged grain salad. Take that pre-cooked quinoa, add a scoop of canned chickpeas, some of those roasted veggies from your weekend prep, some chopped cucumber and tomato, and toss with your homemade vinaigrette. Monday dinner, speedy lentil soup. This is a pantry superstar. Sauté that pre-diced onion and some garlic and olive oil. Add a cup of red lentils, a can of diced tomatoes, and 4 cups of vegetable broth. Season with cumin and paprika. It cooks in 20 minutes. Make a double batch.
Ah, the cook once, eat twice rule is already in effect. So what's for Tuesday?
Tuesday breakfast, whole grain toast with avocado. Mash half an avocado on a piece of toasted whole grain bread. Top with a sprinkle of red pepper flakes and a squeeze of lemon. It's leftover lentil soup. It's already made, and the flavors are even better the next day. This is the beauty of the plan. No thinking required. Tuesday dinner, sheet pan lemon herb chicken with broccoli. Toss chicken thighs and broccoli florets with olive oil, lemon juice, dried oregano, salt, and pepper. Spread it all on one sheet pan and roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. Make extra chicken.
I love a one-pan meal. So now we have leftover chicken. Let's move on to Wednesday.
Wednesday breakfast, Mediterranean oatmeal. Cook rolled oats with water or milk. Instead of sugar, top it with a spoonful of chopped nuts, a few figs or dates, and a dash of cinnamon. Wednesday lunch, chicken salad wrap. Shred that leftover chicken from last night, mix it with a little Greek yogurt, chopped celery and herbs. Serve in a whole wheat wrap with a bed of spinach. Wednesday dinner, 15-minute salmon and asparagus. This is fish night number 1. Pat salmon fillets dry, season with salt, pepper, and dill. Pan-sear in olive oil for 3 to 4 minutes per side. While it cooks, sauté some asparagus spears in the same pan with garlic. Make an extra salmon fillet.
I love how simple and elegant that sounds. Listeners, are you noticing how these meals build on each other? Okay, Thursday.
Thursday breakfast, Greek yogurt bowl again. Don't be afraid to repeat simple, effective breakfasts. Thursday lunch, deconstructed salmon salad. Take that extra salmon fillet from last night, shred it over a big bed of mixed greens, add cucumber, olives, and your homemade vinaigrette. Thursday dinner, pantry pasta. This is for a busy night. Sauté garlic and olive oil, add a can of cherry tomatoes, a handful of olives, and some capers. Let it simmer for 10 minutes. Toss with whole wheat pasta and a big handful of fresh parsley.
That sounds incredible for a pantry meal. We're heading into the weekend. What's for Friday?
Friday breakfast, avocado toast again. Easy and satisfying. Friday lunch, leftover pantry pasta. Friday dinner, build your own grain bowls. This is fun and uses up leftovers. Set out the last of the quinoa, any leftover chicken or roasted veggies, a can of black beans, some fresh chopped tomatoes, corn, and a simple yogurt-based sauce. Everyone builds their own perfect bowl.
A great way to clear out the fridge before the weekend shop. What about Saturday?
Saturday is often more relaxed. Saturday breakfast, brunch, shakshuka. Sauté onions and peppers, add a can of crushed tomatoes and spices like cumin and paprika, let it simmer, then crack a few eggs directly into the sauce and cook until the whites are set. Serve with whole grain toast for dipping. Saturday lunch, leftover shakshuka, or a simple salad. Saturday dinner, a more social meal, maybe chicken or veggie skewers on the grill with a big Greek salad. This embraces the lifestyle component of sharing food.
And to round out the week, Sunday.
Sunday breakfast, use up whatever is left. A simple omelet with leftover veggies is a great choice. Sunday lunch, the everything but the kitchen sink salad. Toss all your remaining greens, veggies, and proteins together. Sunday dinner, the Sunday roast chicken. This is the anchor meal. Roast a whole chicken with potatoes and carrots. Enjoy a beautiful dinner, and the leftovers become the foundation for Mondays and Tuesdays meals. The cycle begins again, but now you feel confident.
What about snacks? We didn't mention those much.
Great question. Snacks should be simple and whole. A piece of fruit like an apple or orange, a small handful of almonds or walnuts, a few carrot sticks with hummus, a hard-boiled egg. The goal is to have these healthy options readily available so you're not tempted by processed snacks.
All right, that was an incredibly detailed roadmap. Let's pull back and summarize the core philosophy of this plan.
It really comes down to 4 key strategies. 1. The power of the pantry. A well-stocked pantry is your foundation for quick, healthy meals. 2. The art of the weekend prep. An hour or 2 of planning on a weekend saves you countless hours and mental energy. 3. Master the cook once, eat twice rule. Always think about how tonight's dinner can become tomorrow's lunch. It's the ultimate efficiency hack. 4. Embrace flexibility. This 7-day plan is a template, not a prison. Don't like salmon? Use cod. Out of quinoa? Use brown rice. Learn the principles, and you can adapt and create endless variations.
We just gave you a massive amount of information, and we want to be very clear. Your mission for this week is not to follow this entire 7-day plan perfectly. That's overwhelming.
Instead, your call to action for this week is to pick one strategy and implement it this week. Just one.
Maybe your one thing is to do a 30-minute weekend prep. Just cook a grain and make a vinaigrette. Or maybe your one thing is to try a single recipe, like the sheet pan chicken. Or maybe your one thing is to simply stock your pantry with canned beans and good olive oil.
Pick one small, achievable action. Master it. Feel the success, and then you can build from there. That is how you create lasting, healthy habits that feel effortless.
Thank you for joining us on this very practical journey. We hope you feel equipped and excited to get in the kitchen and start building your own healthy, delicious Mediterranean week.
Until next time, eat well and be well.